Hey there, this is Will from Yugen Bliss, The Road to Happiness. Um, I just want to get on here and have a little conversation about unconditional love and how important it is once you find it, how valuable it is to other people. Yes, it's very valuable, but in the same sense, be very consciously aware of this greatest gift because you will be taken advantage of. Without a doubt, people are they're gonna take advantage of this. It's happening already to me, but you need to understand when you're at this level that what they're taking advantage of, you understand. You're here. You're centered. So when you understand that that is being happening to you, being under the understanding of unconditional love, it's easier to accept it as neutrality. Okay? And I know that's hard to understand. It's pretty complicated. But you guys all know my brother Brad's living with me right now. He's making a change in his life. I'm not trying to control his life. I'm not stopping him from doing the things that he wants to do. But I am also making him aware that whatever actions that he creates, there's going to be a reaction to that. And that's the only thing that I'm constantly reminding him of. I'm not stopping him from doing what he wants to do. If he wants to drink a beer, he's going to drink a beer. If he wants to smoke a cigarette, he can smoke a cigarette, but no hard stuff. Okay? I can't have it underneath my roof. And he's completely understanding of that. He's fine. I can't vouch for him when he's not at my house, but when he's at home with the family, I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's awesome. He's not belligerently imbreviated with drunk, or he's not off his rocker. You know, he's not doing the things that he was doing in his past. So he's improving that at my home. Okay. And make this very clear. I can't control what he does or I can't even control him, period. But under my influence and under the watch of my family and I, he's as us. And right now he's fishing and he's not doing anything. You know what I mean? So unconditional love is being it's being a mirror reflection with him. He's seen this connection of me and he's feeling the vibrations and the sense. And what he was missing this whole time was the sense of being family and being connected. It's almost like, I told you guys before in another video, Maslow's law, there are so many important things for the human race to be able to be happy. And the most important thing is safety and security and feeling that sense of love. Okay. It's everybody has to have it. If you don't have any of that things in your life, you're going to be in chaos. You're not going to have a direction of where you want to be. I've been there, trust me, multiple times. My brother's been there. He can vouch for this too. But what I'm trying to get at is love, unconditional love. When it comes to the true sense of unconditional love, and this is what it means to me, in my opinion, it's when you express that without having any expectations of anything in return, and not even maintaining that neutrality of pure love. And again, I'm not completely there, people, and I'm not trying to sit here and say that I am. Am I in the stages and the next level of my spiritual connection to unconditional love? Yeah, I'm getting a taste of it, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm expressing it, and I'm loving it, and I'm sharing it. That's what I'm doing right now. Through this experience, there's been a lot of challenges, without a doubt. But you know what? With this experience, knowing and understanding that I'm never alone, and I can release all those worries to the universe and replace that with more love, it helps my challenges a lot more. We all have challenges. We all have our own families that we're looking after, or ourselves that we're looking after. So with me being the way that it is, I have multiple alternative energies all the time in my household. It's very hard for me to maintain. And this is another thing too. I haven't been being religiously, I haven't been meditating as much as often as I can. I used to meditate an hour at a time at least. And I used to do it 2 or 3 times a week. Man, I don't remember the last time I've actually been able to lay down and meditate for an hour. It's crazy. So my unconditional love angels have been supporting me in this stage of my life because they know that I haven't had that time. They know that I'm doing God's work. I'm practicing God's work. I'm expressing God's work. I'm expressing God through me. And that glow and that resonating essence of love is actually paying itself forward, and in so many ways. Like, I'm being able to help a lot more people. I'm being able to do it in a way without expecting anything in return, in a way that I've already been rewarded. I'm putting the cart before the horse. And I know that sounds a little crazy, but it doesn't sound crazy to me. I have to be able to manifest that horse before I can, it's like, this is a good example. My first vehicle, I didn't even have my license yet, okay? I put the cart before the horse. I went out and got a part-time job at 15 years old with a worker's permit, and I worked for a pizza shop, and I saved up my money before I even got my license, so I'd have a vehicle before. So when I didn't have to worry or wait about that. Okay, so that's a good example of what I'm trying to say. If we want to manifest things in our lives, we have to create it in our minds first. And know without a doubt, this is what's going to happen. This is what I want. And this is what is going to be manifested in reality. Okay. Now, I'm working on a manifestation right now of prosperity and abundance and wealth, but not the wealth that you guys are talking about. I want to learn and gain more spiritual wealth. I want to be able to gain more spiritual wealth so I can help others better. Maybe make their day better than it was yesterday, or maybe have these conversations on a level where it's more spiritual, but not on a spiritual level like you would go to church. It's more on a nature spirituality, using nature in the elements of what God's all given us as gifts, and plants and animals and our free will. So it's not on that spiritual level that you may think of the old ways of your grandparents, of going to church and believing in the God that the preacher is standing up there and preaching, which is fine. If it works for you, that's great. But Jesus did say that our church is wherever we are at any given time. Our church is within us. Our church is where we find our silence and our emptiness. That's where my church is. My church is wherever I am. And if I need to take a moment and I need to go to church, I'm going to go to church. If that's what is being said to me that I need to do. That's what I'm saying. On a spiritual level, if we listen to our inner church, we could find out that life could be a little bit easier to deal with and to handle. I know a lot of people, and I know that this is another thing too that's not off base of what we're trying to say. I went to Alcoholics Anonymous for 2 years when I tried to stop drinking the first few times that I stopped drinking. It works for a lot of people. I'm not saying that this is no negativity towards this, but I love the prayer, okay? The prayer is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, and the wisdom and the understanding to know the difference. Okay? Those words are very powerful when you're searching for your church. They are. I learned that too. I mean, listen, I tried quitting. This was like probably 10 years ago now that I'm talking about this experience. Okay? But now, 10 years ago, I'm talking about it to you. And I'm not saying this on a religious level, but just listen to the words. Please, I'm surrendering all my pain, my sorrow, my guilt, all my wrongs to you right now. Please, I'm not begging you, but give me the wisdom and the understanding to know that I don't want to do this again. Okay? That's what it means to me. And that, to me, is the true source of unconditional love, in my opinion. Once you get to that level, and it's taken me 10 years, guys, trust me, 10 years ago I'm talking about that, right? Now I'm talking about it 10 years later, but I'm sober. And I'm living a life that I want to live. I'm living a life of peace, joy, love, and happiness with one thing in mind. I'm putting unconditional love first. My church comes first. And that church, and I know that this may sound extremely crazy on the level of family too, but my family's on the same level as my church. They're at my church, okay, guys? That's what it means to me. So listen, when I say this, it's not pushing religion on anybody. It's pushing my opinion out there for an example of what my version of religion is. I don't condone religion whatsoever. I support anyone's religion as long as it's not pushed upon me. It's just like anything else in this world. It's my free will and accord to believe and to worship whatever I believe in. This is my vessel. And I'm allowing certain things in my vessel and certain things to be released from my vessel. I am a sovereign citizen. I am here to protect this vessel. This is my vessel I'm protecting. And I have that right. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. Love more, hate less. Love wins. Yugen Bliss, the road to happiness. And it'd be wonderful. I just found another comment today they're finding their way to their own happiness. And let's do that. Let's all find our own light and let that light shine so we can all be lighthouses. We can have it any color we want. We can have it any design we come up with. So let's do this. We're all mirrors. And let's try to do something loving, kind today, as I am and as you will be. And if you don't, love yourself and be kind to that. Find your happy place. See you guys. Take care.